Stop It, and welcome to Stop It with Zach Peterson. I am Zach Peterson. This is an interview show where I don't know what we're going to talk about or if it's going to be any good. So please watch, see what happens. It's going to be surprising, regardless. Today, for my first guest, I have my friend and social media Maeven. Is that a gender term?
I'm going to have to Google it.
I don't know either, but it doesn't matter. This show isn't about being good. It's about being a show.
All right.
So, Cameron Logsdon, everybody. Okay, Cameron, you have 2 minutes to tell us what you do and why people should care that you're on the show.
2 minutes is a long time for me to try to describe what I do or what I've done. But what I will say, Zach Peterson, is thank you so much for having me.
Hey.
I'm so glad to be here, a part of this inaugural podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And to tell you a little bit about why I'm here, I think mostly because of nepotism. You see,
Right.
Zach Peterson is a good friend of mine. And I think that if it weren't for that, I don't know that I would have gotten a call.
Yeah, if you wouldn't have gotten a call if I didn't know your phone number.
Yeah, that's also probably true.
Right.
Probably true. But, you know, I'm a stand-up comedian. I've been doing stand-up for over a decade. I have I do a lot on social media. Most of what people see me on social media for is doing like celebrity impressions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I'm more than just other people's voices. I have a voice of my own, and I want to use it to talk about how great Zach Peterson is. And so you can check Zach Peterson out all over doing stand-up comedy. And a lot of times I'm with him.
It's
and
true.
So, you know, I love doing stuff for socials. I love doing anything comedy related, anything creative related. And so, you know, I make short films and I make sketches and I make sometimes I make people laugh and I make with the voices in there. And that's kind of the whole of it, you know.
How can people see you online or find you? Find your dates, find your voices, videos.
Absolutely. I'm at Cameron Logsdon on pretty much everything except for Cash App. Another Cameron Logsdon beat me to Cash App. So I'm Cameron Logsdon 1 on Cash App if you feel like you want to throw me a couple bucks.
Yeah, but no. Once TikTok goes away, Cash App's the next big one.
Cash App's the next big one. I'm posting all my impression reels on Cash App.
That's what they say.
You know, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. At Cameron Logsdon, my dates are coming up. So I'll be in San Diego March 8th. I'll be in Phoenix
10
March
seconds.
9th. And I will be in Dallas, Texas on April 10th. More cities coming soon. Check it all out at CameronLogsdon.com. Did I get it? There we go. 3 seconds left. I love Zach Peterson. There we go.
That's
the little sound effect was nice.
Oh,
that's good.
I don't know. I got to prepare better with the alarm. This is something that, okay.
Here we go.
We're done with that. All right. Now that we got all that out of the way, the thing that would help you,
the thing that would help
your
me
career.
Now
we're going to have an interview.
Okay.
From this bucket.
All right.
All right. I didn't write these questions. These questions came in the bucket. I bought this. All right.
Did they also come with like dry sugar cookies?
Maybe.
All right. All right.
They didn't last long if they did. You want to touch the bucket?
I would like to touch the bucket.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay. All right. It's very tinny. Okay.
Your first question is, and the rules of this podcast is we can only move on from this question when I say stop it. Hence the name. Stop It with Zach Peterson.
All right. And I do notice you have a buzzer. Am I going to get buzzed?
We don't know.
Okay.
It's a fun game.
This is a lot of pressure, Zach.
What advice would you give someone moving to your neighborhood?
Ooh, advice moving to my neighborhood. First of all, put your turn signal on way sooner than you think, because you turn into the neighborhood and you're coming down a hill to start with.
Cameron lives on the highway.
And there's a big intersection right before you turn into the neighborhood. And people will anticipate that when you turn the turn signal on, that you're turning onto the big intersection and not into the small, I don't know what you call it, entree road into the neighborhood. And so they will be on your butt. Wait, and can I say ass?
You just did.
All right.
No, we're going to see what happens. But it says a lot about the culture of your neighborhood that the turning is the thing that you're most concerned about.
That's the biggest thing I'm concerned about. The other thing I would tell you is, yes, a house burned down, but everyone was fine. And as a neighborhood, we all kind of, I think we supported
Yeah.
There was a GoFundMe outside the house after it burned down, and I think everybody chipped in. And there is a drone guy. There's a drone guy, and he's out in his yard, and he's got his goggles on, and there's a drone. But he seems to be harmless. He seems like he's just into his drone, and I don't think he's doing anything nefarious.
Okay.
But the lady next to that guy has a dog, and I don't trust that dog. There's something about that dog. That dog has shifty eyes. Shifty dog.
So there's like no place to get coffee. There's just a burned down house and a guy with a remote control camera.
Yeah. I get most of the coffee in my house. I get it. The neighborhood is kind of a BYO stuff.
This sounds like a place you should not move to. Stop it.
I wouldn't advise
the next one.
Yeah. All right.
Done.
Okay.
That's enough.
Yeah.
How would your coworkers describe you?
Ooh, my coworkers. I think like a lot of folks, Zach Peterson, I wear a lot of different hats.
Oh, okay.
And so
you work at Lids.
If I worked at Lids, I have some beef with Lids.
Do you?
I do. I do have some beef with Lids. I called Lids. I was doing a short film with another fantastic comedian, Lauren Vanna. And I needed a jersey, a Dennis Rodman jersey, because I was playing God. And so I called Lids and I said, hey, I see online you have this Dennis Rodman jersey. Do you still have it in store? They're like, yep. And I drove there. And when I got there, the guy said, I just sold that jersey.
Wow.
And I said, you just sold a Dennis Rodman jersey in the past 45 minutes. And he said, yeah. And I said, but I just talked to you on the phone about it. And he said, yeah. And I said, did you think it was me? And he goes, I didn't ask. And he goes, and I said, okay, well, this is why you guys are in the hat business.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you're giving away the jerseys. When people called, you said you would hold it for me.
Wow.
Didn't hold it for me. So I do have beef with Lids.
I think this sounds like a really poor corporate structure from Lids.
It does.
Or do you just have a problem with that one guy?
I might have a problem. He was nice. We actually settled it out. He called another Lids. They had an alternative one. They held it. It worked out. But if this guy and I were coworkers, I would say I might be I might be a little persnickety. And I would say that about my coworkers, perhaps I need to pay more attention to detail.
Okay. I don't think we're learning anything here.
There we go.
All right, we're moving on. What was the best public school lunch?
The best public school lunch.
You went to public school, right?
I went to public school.
Okay.
In the state of Nebraska.
Same.
They have this public school lunch that people shouldn't know exists, because when they hear it exists, it becomes controversial.
Okay.
But you and I both know that it's a banger.
I don't know.
It's cinnamon rolls and chili. Okay.
Oh, I don't know if they had that when I was a kid.
All right. Well, cinnamon rolls and chili is a uniquely Nebraskan dish, and they would serve it to us at school. And if you were lucky, you had a kid in your class that was a big chili kid, and you could barter to swap your chili for his cinnamon roll. And on that day, you walked away with 2 cinnamon rolls. Whoa. That's the best public school lunch.
So you just like cinnamon rolls?
I just like cinnamon rolls to this day.
You like cinnamon rolls and bargaining?
I like cinnamon rolls and bargaining. And my school system taught me that about myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I definitely think that was a top tier school lunch for me. I also, not for nothing, I like the Salisbury steak. They would give us a Salisbury steak, and I don't think I could eat it today.
No.
Mostly because I don't think they're allowed to make it anymore. Also, whatever animal it was made of, I'm sure is not around.
Oh, anymore. No. Yeah, I don't think it'd be good, because that was probably 10 years ago as well.
Yeah, that's also probably true. But I liked the Salisbury steak. I liked Square Pizza Day.
Yeah, Square Pizza Day was good.
Square Pizza Day was always a win. What would you get? Would they give you pepperoni?
Yeah.
But it wasn't pepperoni. It was like little tiny cubes.
Yeah, it was just...
They said pepperoni, but I don't believe that.
I mean, what is pepperoni?
That's a great question.
I mean...
I don't honestly know. Is it pork?
I think so.
Yeah, it's got to.
But it's just round pork?
Yeah, it's like a sausage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a summer sausage.
Do you have a favorite public school lunch?
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh, I really liked the burrito. That was like a deep fried burrito.
Oh, I forgot about that burrito.
Yeah. They had to make me not buy. They told me I couldn't buy any more, but like 3 at a time.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they said I was eating too much.
Oh man,
too much burrito.
Too much burrito.
Mhm.
Those burritos, at the end of that burrito was like just 6 layers of fried tortilla.
Yeah.
That just kind of, there wasn't anything in it.
It was like a rose of burrito.
It was like it was just
burritos.
Burritos.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember growing up, I was like, oh, public school lunch is people always talk about, they joke about it on TV, school lunch, whatever. I was like, this is actually pretty great. Now that I'm an adult and I've tried other food, I think no, that was actually quite terrible. I hope they've upgraded their standards. I don't know.
I mean, would you go to prison if they had the same food? Would you think prison's that bad if they had the same food?
Honestly, when I was a kid, I thought that people just had bread and water in prison.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was just like I remember I had a friend that went to a juvenile and he came out and he was just really excited to have salt and pepper again. And I was like, well, if they don't even have salt and pepper, I'm eating like a king at this public school.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, I really probably think it's all probably coming from the same boxes of it's just like you could just get a box delivered that says food.
That's right.
And they just serve it to any mass population.
It's just
schools, institutionalized food. Just food.
Chicken patty on a bun.
Chicken patty on a bun.
Chicken patty on something else.
On something else. The chicken patty was always like a crumbly disc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chicken disc.
It was like a chicken disc.
That's right.
Chicken disc. I think it's the same ones they use for frothing.
That's right.
Because they're smaller and they're a little heavier and they've got like a little curve on the bottom. So you can yeet them.
Yeet them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one of those TikTok words that you're
TikTok, yeah.
All right, stop it. That's getting too young for me.
I got TikTok in them out.
All right, yeah. Oh boy, I can't. My viewers, I got 3 viewers. They're both 58. They don't know. Oh wow, look at this. This is a big one. Whew. All right. If you could know a book backwards and forwards with total photographic memory, what book would you choose and why?
I would probably choose the dictionary so that I could know words like Maeven and I wouldn't be lost, or I would be at least aware as to whether or not I was being insulted.
Sure. I think Maeven means female raven.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm honored. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Edgar Allan Poe would be proud of me.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, right? No, he had beef with ravens.
He didn't like ravens?
I don't think
so. I think that we looked up Maeven.
Oh, here we go. Maeven.
It's apparently an app.
All right. And an archetype. One who understands.
There we are.
Maeven.
Okay.
Were you thinking of maiden?
No, I was thinking Maeven.
Okay, Maeven.
Yeah.
I don't think it has a gender associated with it, does it?
I always hear, I always hear it associated with like a woman in business or something.
Yeah, all right.
Like they're airline maven.
I think
I get a lot of conversations about mavens.
I think the only time I've ever heard the term is in that Nicki Minaj, Kanye West, Jay-Z song "Monster."
Okay.
Rick Ross and
about the energy drink.
Yeah, it was the energy drink. And somebody says, "I'm a monster. I'm a maven," and I was like, "Yeah, this one was." I just kind of skipped. I didn't know what it meant.
That makes sense.
I understood monster, and I kind of context clued it from there.
Yeah, I think you should know the dictionary. Stop
the
it.
Dictionary.
We're moving on.
Okay.
Oh, the power. You ever think about being a dentist? Spending your life wrist deep in a stranger's mouth?
I actually think being a dentist would be not so bad.
No?
I think a lot of times I barely see my dentist.
Yeah.
I see the hygienist way more than I see the dentist. The hygienist comes in, they're doing the scraping, they're having the conversations, they're taking the x-rays, they're checking for cavities. The dentist comes in and says, "Well, looks pretty good. Good to see you. We'll see you back in 9 months," or whatever, you know what I mean? Or whatever, 6 months. And then the dentist just kind of pieces out. So I don't actually know that it would be that bad to be a dentist.
Right. Because he's just a manager at this point.
He's a manager. Or she's a manager.
That's right. A maven.
Right. And I do think that, I bet the dentists themselves they're they're doing all the difficult stuff, all the drilling,
Uh-huh.
probably the drilling.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I would love that, but I think that most of the time for your average run of the mill cleaning,
Mm-hmm.
just to come in and check in with people and say, "Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
How you been? How's the family?" You give me a chart with their information so I can remember, when they were here last. I think I'd love being a dentist.
Yeah. What do you think the worst part about it being a dentist would be?
It's got to be people that don't take care of their teeth.
Yeah,
I think
just
that's got to be pretty funky.
looking
You know what
in
I
a
mean? Just
nasty
general
hole.
smells. And,
Yeah.
just staring. I think that I think most people you would go in and you just be like, "Oh yeah, it looks great," and you're good to go. Other people you would look in and it'd look terrible, but the good news is I don't think you have to spend more than 15 seconds with them.
Right.
So from a dentist perspective,
if you have an army of the dental paralegals,
yeah,
you don't have to do much of anything.
it's true. Is that what you call a hygienist, a dental paralegal?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I think that's the new thing that I'm starting.
I think I like it.
Yeah.
I'll run it by the hygienists I know.
Please do. If you're a hygienist out there, write the show. There's no way to do it, but imagine what you'd say.
How do you feel about being a dental paralegal?
Yeah. Paradontist.
Paradontist. Yeah. Yeah, you get it.
Okay, next.
All right.
Stop it. I got to say stop it. That's the whole theme of the show. I got to learn my lines.
It's just the two of them. It's just the two words.
Who you got to win the Super Bowl? Very timely question.
Oh, that is a timely.
Yeah.
Are these the bucket just kicked us out?
Yeah, well, this is the bucket. This is the magic of the bucket.
The bucket is wiser than I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl.
Is that exciting?
I don't feel any particular way about it. I think it'll be a good way to launch Travis Kelce's acting career.
An energy drink.
And whatever else he decides to do. And I think it'll be a cool thing for them to say that it happened. You know? How about this? I think that there's more story to be told if the Kansas City Chiefs win.
Right. Because if the Eagles win, the whole story is that they beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That's the whole story.
Yeah, the story is they stopped them from making history.
Yeah.
That doesn't sell.
I was talking to the producer before, and he was saying, like, we have to appreciate that this is a time where the Chiefs are the great football team and like one of the best ever.
Yeah.
And we should appreciate it instead of being angry at the Chiefs for doing what everyone's trying to do.
So I don't follow this a lot, but you're telling me that people are angry that the Chiefs are good at football?
Well, I just think if someone who roots for any other team is just sort of boring. You want to see teams that haven't won before, i.e. the Bills or Lions, win something, or your team, someone new.
Animal teams have won in the past.
Yeah.
Right? The only team that I can ever think of winning the Super Bowl were the Chiefs or the Patriots, the Saints. None of these are animals.
They're not animals. You're very good at this.
When's the last time an animal won the Super Bowl?
The Seahawks won in 2014.
Okay, and that's a real animal.
The Broncos won.
A Seahawk is a real animal?
It's a blue osprey.
A blue osprey. Well, that's a misleading team name.
Why? Because it's a colloquialism?
Yeah, I think it should be the blue osprey. That'd be a cooler team name.
I don't think so. I think a Seahawk is fun.
Yeah, but I never thought about it. I don't think that's a real bird. But the Eagles have won.
The Eagles have won. So have the Broncos.
And the Broncos. A Bronco is
that's a horse.
An animal.
It's a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Colts.
Colts are another horse. Horses and birds. Have the Bears ever won?
1985.
That's right. Mike Ditka, and they did that little dance.
Yeah. Yeah. They did the bear dance.
They had the bear dance.
Yeah, so they call it.
Dancing Bears.
Yep.
Yeah. Famous dancing bears.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
the
how about this?
Macarena.
I'm going to root for the animals. I'm rooting for the animals.
Okay. Well, so you're rooting for the Eagles. Okay. You just completely changed your answer.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
No. Who I think is going to win versus who I want to win.
Oh, you're rooting for the Eagles.
I think the Chiefs are going to win. Better story. I want the Eagles to win. Better folklore. Yeah. I'd rather hear tales about animals, stories about them.
Right. There's some folklore in football.
Yeah.
Yeah. There used to be an old tale, which is, I don't think it's true, but that that Jimmy Hoffa was buried in the MetLife Stadium, was where the Giants play.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
And that's just one of those, folklore sort of urban legends.
I heard that the Chiefs built the original owner of the Chiefs built his stadium or his mansion inside of the stadium. Is that true?
The Chiefs, what?
The original owner of the Kansas City Chiefs built like a mansion or like a suite, like a place to live.
Oh, yeah?
Inside of the Chiefs stadium.
Oh, I don't know if that's true.
I think because I saw it on the internet, it is.
I'm learning
I think that's how it works.
I'm learning something. All right.
And who won the first Super Bowl of all time?
That would be the Packers.
The Packers.
Yeah.
Okay. What is that? What are they? Is that an animal?
Yes, it's the South American pack mule.
That's just another equine.
No, it's
right.
The Packers. Early on in the NFL, the teams were company teams, right? Mm-hmm. So there were
UPS.
They were UPS drivers, and they won. They won. It was very good.
It's a company softball of them. Well,
didn't even work.
All right.
Wrong.
What is it? Just
says wrong.
It just says wrong.
Yeah. Here, hold this.
Wrong.
All right.
Okay.
Better in theory than in practice.
All right.
I was gonna find something I was gonna disagree with you on, but I was like, you know what? I have this button. I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
We're 20 minutes in.
There we go.
It's button time.
Button time.
All right, stop it. Moving on.
All right, moving on.
All right. What do you think is actually cursed?
I think I have my dark answer to this. I think the United States is cursed.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I think the United States is cursed. I think we're haunted.
Yeah.
I think as a nation, we're haunted by the atrocities of our country's past.
Wow. That's a dark answer for a fun podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what it is. And to make that fun, I will say nothing. I think it's a dark reality and it's a dark truth. I think America's haunted. There's so much about America that feels like a horror movie. Like horror movies are always about, you're a big horror movie guy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like so much about horror movies are about like building up a sense of like comfort at first and then pulling the rug out from under you.
Right.
So that you get that shock, that contrast, so that you're like, oh, actually things have been terrible the whole time.
Right.
I think that keeps happening to us. Like every time you feel like something good happens, something worse inevitably is about to happen.
Sure.
And that cycle just continues to repeat itself. That seems like a curse.
Well, I mean, is that America or is that reality? Or also, how do we reverse the curse?
I think we got to trade Babe Ruth for the Packers. How do you reverse the curse? I think the only way to reverse the curse, like a lot of curses, is you probably have to address whatever set that curse in motion to begin with.
All right, so we have to destroy some sort of amulet.
Yeah.
We have to destroy the Declaration of Independence.
Yes.
Okay,
I think first we have to steal the Declaration of Independence.
That's how it always goes.
And once we get it, it's actually is a map. Is the Declaration of Independence is a map, and it will take us to the Mayflower, which a lot of people don't realize was an actual flower.
That's right.
Not a ship.
Right.
It was a flower that was on the ship, and it was made of gold.
Yeah. And we have to cast it into the United States volcano.
The United States volcano.
Secret volcano underneath the White House.
Underneath the White House. And it's erupting, and we've got to find a way to get in there. We've got and the only way to get to it is actually through a tunnel through the Capitol. So we have to storm the Capitol so that we can get in.
Yeah.
Deliver the Mayflower to the America volcano. And
what happens when the curse is lifted? What does America look like then?
The Eagles are set free.
The Eagles win the Super Bowl. Stop it.
Super Bowl. All right.
All right. We've in the Philadelphia Eagles. We can't talk about it.
No, because we've said too much.
Do you think you found your life purpose yet?
Yeah, I think my life purpose is just doing Owen Wilson's voice on the internet. Ad nauseum. Just over and over. Just as much, wow, as possible. If I can just walk through the world.
You know who said the same thing?
Who's that?
Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
In the exact same voice.
He said it. And I feel like, that's the thing we have in common Is we both just want to do a good impression of him. I feel like he's been doing an impression of him for like 20 years, and he maybe have lost himself in it. And I'm afraid that on the path I'm on, I might do the very same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's hard to find your life purpose. What about you? Do you feel like you're close? Have you tried doing an Owen Wilson impression? It might just change things for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, now.
You never know.
Wow, 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 wow.
You sound like you're trying to start an electric lawnmower or something. I don't know what that is.
Oh, wow, wow. Hurrdat Taylor. Wow.
Hurrdat Taylor is not mentioned enough for good or bad. But yeah,
when I moved to Los Angeles, there was billboards for Drill Bit Taylor everywhere. I was just like, this movie must be huge.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
That's the thing. I feel like in the Midwest, we don't get enough billboards for movies.
That's right.
And if we saw a billboard for a movie, we'd be like, this must be the biggest movie of all time.
Right.
Must be the biggest one.
Drill Bit Taylor. I hope there's more than just a bit. I would like more. Drill more, Taylor.
Drill more, Taylor. Drill, baby, drill, Taylor. Yeah.
Phenomenal. Yeah. Well, your life purpose is to be in Wedding Crashers 3.
Yes.
Because they'll cast me in Wedding Crashers 2 after that humdinger of an impression I did.
Yeah, but then, you'll be working on Drill Set Taylor or whatever,
Yeah.
Drill Type 5 Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be too busy to do Wedding Crashers 3. And it'll be one of those where it's like, yeah, they did a third one, but they didn't have the original cast.
Right.
The original second cast.
Right. It didn't really have the spirit of Drill Bit Taylor too. How it goes. Okay, so yeah, your purpose is drill bit. Stop it.
Yeah.
That lost a lot of that drill bit lost a lot of minutia.
Yeah.
Minutia momentum. All right. Do you think you could live in the wild with just a hatchet?
Just a hatchet.
Yeah.
Like one of those little, those ones that those ICP guys has.
Yeah, a hatchet man. I mean, that's why the ICP has those, because they're survivalists.
I've always said that about them.
Yeah, I know. Well, they're a survivor.
Yeah, they're survivors. They just basically need root beer and a good time.
Yeah, the Wicked Circus is the circus of the wilderness.
Yeah. I suppose it depends on the kind of wilderness.
Okay.
Like a cold wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't survive in the cold. It's unusually warm today, but I still couldn't do it. Like if I had to be out there for more than 20 minutes, I'd be cooked.
Let's put you in upper Midwest, Northwoods, say about a Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, deep forest.
Between May and August, yes.
Okay.
Between May and August, absolutely I could survive with just a hatchet.
What'd you do? How'd you do that?
Well, the first thing I would do is find a Casey's, and I would run in with my hatchet, and I would rob it and take it for stuff. I think that if I were like genuinely in the wilderness with just a hatchet, I don't know if I could survive in the warm places because the warm months.
Right.
I'd just, build some basic shelter. I'd probably figure out some sort of fishing pole situation, and I would just fish and make fire. I can make a fire, and
with a hatchet.
I can make a fire with just the tools and a hatchet. Yeah, like the basic sticks and kindling and stuff like that. I could make a fire.
You think you're set for the end of the world?
No, not at all. Because it gets cold,
yeah.
And the biggest threat is all the people. And I don't think a hatchet's going to be enough to defend me from them. But if it was just me in the wilderness and a hatchet and the climate was temperate, I could get by. I wouldn't be thriving, but I'd be surviving.
It sounds like your answer is no.
Yeah, I think that's the core of it.
All right, stop it. I think we've learned what we needed to learn.
Yeah.
This is always fun, seeing what's next.
Okay.
Isn't that
yes.
Isn't this show fun?
It's actually my favorite podcast I've ever done. This is the best.
What is the most plausible horror movie?
The most plausible horror movie to me has gotta be The People Under the Stairs.
Yeah, because there are stairs and people can fit underneath.
There are stairs, people can fit underneath them, and there are people that I think would keep people under their stairs.
Right. I mean, mostly as a storage solution, like in California closets. Yeah.
You know, I mean, not for nothing. Harry Potter's just people under the stairs, but with wizards. And so people under the stairs is Harry Potter minus the wizardry.
Okay, if people haven't seen Wes Craven's People Under the Stairs, explain it to them.
The whole of it is this kid goes into this house and he finds out that these people that own this house are bad people and they've been keeping people under their stairs. And I don't want to give too much away.
I feel like you've seen a box,
but I feel like the without giving too much away, the bad people are not the people that are under the stairs that seem scary.
It's the people on top of the stairs.
It's the people on top of the stairs.
See, that's a societal message that we need to bring within us.
And that's what I think is the most plausible. I think the most plausible is that the thing that we're convinced that we're afraid of isn't the thing we should be afraid of. It's in fact the people that are trying to scare us.
Have you seen a horror movie before?
Yeah. What did I see? Toy Story 3.
Stop it. There's so many that are actually true stories.
Oh yeah, that's true. Good. I should have thought of one of those. That's Blair Witch, is that one real?
Stop it. We've already moved on.
All right. I'm breaking the rules. All right. Here we go.
What is the best fast food burger?
Ooh, the best fast food burger has you're not gonna like my answer.
You're right.
All right. I think it's the Impossible Burger at Wahlburger. It's the Impossible Burger at Wahlburger.
Yeah.
Because Mark Wahlberg's Wahlburger. You go in there, it's healthy, it's good for you. It's actually quite tasty. And it has wall sauce, which I can't describe. I'm pretty sure it comes from Mark's brother, Donnie. I think Donnie, they get it out of Donnie. I think they put it on the burgers.
In his voice, could you say, Donnie, this goo coming out of you tastes great?
Okay. Hey, Donnie, this goo that you got coming out of you, right out of your body there, I'm going to put it on burgers. We're going to make a killing out of this. More than my acting career.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Yeah, that's the happening right
that's
there.
The happening.
That's the happening.
That's what it really is.
That's a wild answer.
Yeah.
I mean, in all seriousness, if I was like a burger Maeven and I really had I wanted to get down to the nitty gritty of what the best fast food burger is, Wahlburger wasn't even on my radar.
What's on your radar? Where are you going? Like an In-N-Out?
No, In-N-Out's bad.
Okay.
The
Whopper?
No. I think the Whopper's good. I like the Whopper. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But if I was to say my favorite fast food, Cookout, which is a Southern Atlanta-based drive-through place, which is essentially has a burger that's a lot like a Culver's burger, but they have those a lot of topping burgers, like a Five Guys. It's like a Five Guys and like a Culver's mixed.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Or that sounds like a quality, because a Culver's.
Yeah.
Culver's makes a good burger.
I'd also say Runza is in the running.
Wow. That's Nebraska for you, folks.
But I wouldn't say Wahlburger.
Wahlburger's Impossible Burger with wall sauce.
I feel like you spend so much time in Mark Wahlberg's head.
Wahlberg's voice.
Yeah.
Just doing this.
He's it's talking about being cursed. There's been a token of his in your house that is starting to influence your mind.
Yeah.
Mostly in the burger section.
It's just this one bottle of wall sauce that I got at a store once. I tasted it and then boom, I could do the voice and there we were.
Come with me on an exploration of the Wahlberg burger mind.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. And yeah, so maybe I'm biased. I don't know. But also, if Wahlburgers ever wants to do some social media spots,
But to be completely honest, I've never even sniffed a Wahlburger.
Well, in my dangerous to turn into neighborhood, we just got a Wahlburger not too far. And so I've had it recently.
I feel like this neighborhood that you live in.
I think my people are insulted by the fact that you've even said it that way.
This
neighborhood.
Have you seen the movie Vivarium?
No.
Okay.
What does that?
It would make sense if you saw the movie, but I'm not to explain the whole movie for you.
All right.
It's a plausible
movie. Can you just describe the box, because I'm pretty good at knowing just.
It's essentially about a Ijumin Poots, and I think I say her name.
What you said, is that the same?
No, but it's the Poops.
Okay.
Yeah, look, there's the box art right there.
Oh,
and Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg.
They move into a suburb and they can't leave the suburb.
Yeah.
But
that's my house.
Yeah, but there's no Wahlburger.
Where my house is. That's where my house is, but we got a Wahlburgers.
Yeah, Vivarium 2, Wahlberg.
Wahlburger. Starring Donnie Wahlberg. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's name an impression that you do, and I'm going to do it.
All right. Okay. Mark Wahlberg.
Wow. Okay.
Stop it.
Moving on.
Great. All right.
Yeah. See, I'm talented as well.
Mm-hmm.
Craziest dream you ever had?
All right. I just had this dream recently. Shook me to my core. My wife got kidnapped by a bear, by a tiger that turned into a man that turned into a bear.
Okay.
And this bear took my wife. And I was running through this village trying to get my wife back.
Right.
But there was a flood, and the flood was rushing in.
Yeah.
And I was trying to stay ahead of the water, but on the tail of the bear, tiger, to bring my wife back. And it was the scariest dream I've ever had. Okay. I was so terrified. The just all of it, the ticking clock of the flood on its way, the fear that I might lose the person I love most, the fact that a tiger could turn into a man, that could turn into a bear and retain all the knowledge and skills from every form that it had taken.
Whoa.
The fact that I'm in a village I don't recognize.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to be afraid of.
Could you imagine a bear with the experiences of being a tiger?
Yeah, but you throw a man in there on top of it.
I know. Like
I can't compete. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Especially like with a guy with like Microsoft Word experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If a bear and a tiger knew about Clippy, I don't know how I'm going to stop that person.
Well, I mean, what happened at the end? Was it just like you wake up and nothing was resolved?
You know what happened at the end, Zach? This is the craziest thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what saved my wife?
What saved your wife?
The flood.
Wow.
Yeah.
It makes you think.
It makes you think.
It makes you think about how, I don't know, what does it make you think about?
It makes me think that perhaps I have little autonomy in my life or the lives of others, and the flood will take us all away, and that maybe you should just give in. I
don't know if I follow. Stop it.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Cameron predicted a flood on Zach's podcast in 2025.
Yeah.
A great flood.
Yeah, he predicted two things. That he was going to be a Drillbit Taylor 3, and there's going to be a great flood that's going to destroy us all. What's your hometown?
I consider my hometown, so I was born in Omaha. I consider my hometown Bellevue. Bellevue, because I moved to Bellevue. I went to high school and elementary school in Bellevue. So I consider Old Town Bellevue, first settlement of Nebraska.
Okay,
to be my hometown.
Okay,
yeah. Is that the whole of the question?
Yeah, what's your hometown?
Yeah, that's my hometown. My hometown is Bellevue. But I also think that on a broader level, like if I'm talking to people from here, I'll say Bellevue. But if I'm talking to people that aren't from this area, this region, I'll say Omaha.
So
because I lived in the Omaha area most of my life, and but when I was a boy, I was in Bellevue.
Are you proud of your hometown? You got hometown pride?
I have hometown nostalgia. You know, I have a lot of love for my hometown, and I have a lot of love for the people from my hometown, and a lot of great memories. But I think that, you know, like a lot of things, you grow up and you realize, you know, maybe there were some good things and some bad things. You know, I think. But for the most part, I have a lot of pride.
Yeah,
I have a lot of pride to be from where I'm from, because, you know, it made me who I am.
They got a Wahlburger over there?
I don't think we do yet.
Well,
I don't think we do.
That's why.
And that's why I got out.
Yeah.
That's why I got out.
You got to leave. They don't have a Wahlburger.
You got to leave. And I was also tired of the fighter jets flying over our house because we're right next to the base.
Right. To the windows, to the wall.
Yeah.
Burger. Stop it. Moving on. We have 5 minutes left. So that means we're down to our last question.
Okay.
All right. So I want to have you draw one.
Oh, all right.
And you're going to answer it. I don't know. I can't.
I'm going to answer it?
Yeah, I don't know.
All
I'm
right.
I'm making this up as I go.
Okay, great. I love it. All right. Have these questions been numbered the whole time?
I just wrote them in a, I don't know. The bucket,
Okay. Do you have a go-to dish that you cook when you are having company over?
Oh, great question.
I don't think I do.
You don't have a lot of company?
Dish. I don't have a lot of company. I don't have
no.
I've never had like my boss over like a Jetsons episode, for dinner or anything like that. But I think if people came over, what would I cook? I'd probably make something simple like salmon and rice and broccoli.
Okay.
You know what I'm good at? I'm good at yogurt parfait bar. Okay.
That's
you come over. You come over. I got yogurt. I got granola. I got fruit.
Yeah.
I got spoons, honey. What do you
Yeah, it sounds
different stuff.
Oh boy.
So if you want to party, okay. If you want to get turned and have some probiotics for your gut biome, I got you taken care of.
Going to your house sounds like staying the night at a Hampton Inn.
It's a little like that. I got one of those pancake machines that makes flat, tasteless pancakes.
Where else could you get granola and yogurt?
I don't know. Look, I'm not a great cook, Zach. I'm not a great cook. So I don't have a go-to. No. Yeah, that's probably the best I got. Or cereal bar. Okay. 7 different boxes of cereal. Milk. Bowls. Once again, I don't know if you've heard. I'm real good at spoons. Okay.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So I don't think I have a go-to dish for company. Do you have a go-to dish for company?
Well, it depends if I can convince my wife to cook.
All right.
Because if so, then I'll ask her to make a pot roast.
Okay.
And because that's what we like to make for my grandpa and stuff, or my dad.
All right.
But if I'm cooking, then I'll probably do some chili.
Yeah, my mom's probably disappointed because she'll come over and be like, "Mom, you want some cereal?" That's not food you should offer your mom.
Yeah, when we did Thanksgiving over your house, it was a really weird yogurt, just a big pile of yogurt. It was
yogurt and Fruity Pebbles.
You kept insisting that this is what the pilgrims liked. And that they were Greek pilgrims.
Yeah. Greek pilgrims. They love yogurt. They love honey. Put some olives in there.
Yeah.
Cameron, this is the worst yogurt parfait I've ever had.
Like America is cursed because of yogurt.
So we got to stop the Mayflower.
That's right. Now, we're going to end it. Could you end it for me?
Oh, yes. Thank you for tuning in to the inaugural episode of Zach Peterson's new podcast, Stop It. I've been Cameron Logsdon, and we encourage you to never stop giving up on your dreams until Zach says...
This has been Zach Peterson. You can stop watching, stop listening, stop it.
Stop it. He was going to say stop it.